with Lotus Lachey and Lynn Harriet DeBurgess. We got another spectacular show for you that's going to help you climb to the next level of awareness. That's right. So thank you so much for joining the show today. That's right. You're here at More News You Can Use with Lotus Lachey and Lynn Harriet DeBurgess. And guess what? If you want to be a celebrity on the show, just let us know and click the button below. And you'll be the guest celebrity on More News You Can Use with Lotus Lachey and Lynn Harriet DeBurgess. Click the link. Click the link now. Hello and welcome back to More News You Could Use. I'm super duper happy to be here today. Want to thank you for joining us week in and week out when we bring you more news you can use. So today we have a phenomenal discussion for you because today it is engaging your mindset for health and wealth. So we know that our health is our wealth because without our health, all the money in the world won't make things all right with us. So tonight, my guest co-host, she is off today doing some things that she needs to do, but we are here with you. And I've got a wonderful additional co-host that she's going to be here with me tonight. So go ahead, like, share, start a watch party and run and tell somebody that we've got more news you can use. So come on in, run and tell a friend and let us know when you come in, where you're coming in from. Okay. Where you're coming in from. And I always say, folks, go ahead and get you something good to drink. And you might see my cup steaming. And tonight I'm drinking a little bit of tea. Ooh, that's good. It's great for the throat. Many of you that are singers, that are speakers and all that, you know about having a good cup of hot tea. And tonight I'm drinking some elderberry tea. Why? Because it's great for our health. Again, because our health is our wealth. So come on in, run and tell a friend. We've got folks already coming in. And when my co-host comes out, we're going to look at who's coming in and we're going to welcome them to the show. Now, before I get started real good and go get my co-host, make sure you get your notepad. You know why? Get your notepad and get your pen because note takers are money makers. And so if you really want to be a money maker, you got to be a great note taker. So I'm going to come right back and I'm going to bring out my co-host. You're going to have a fabulous time because she's the hostess with the mostest. She is the queen of the bounce. And if you don't know how to get more bounce to the ounce, my co-host is going to show you how. I'll be right back. Welcome back to the show, More News You Can Use with the phenomenal Hillary Good and Bonita Stinson with Lotus Lachey here on News You Can Use. Awesome. Hey, Hillary.
Hello. Hello from Chicago, Miss Lotus.
Yes. So, folks, I know that some of you may know who this wonderful young lady is. If you don't, if this is the first time you're joining the broadcast, this is Miss co-host, Miss Hillary Gooden. She's an author. She's a speaker. She's a lymphatic health coach, but most importantly, she is also the queen of the lymphatic bounce. So if you don't know, now you know. How you doing out there, Hillary?
Well, you know what? You said my favorite term. I'm doing super duper also.
Fantastic. So many of the folks out there, they know that on Mondays we bounce with more bounce to the ounce. And so later on, folks, we are going to bounce. We always leave the bouncing up to Hillary because she's the one that helps us to get more bounce to the ounce. And I got to tell you, Hillary, since you've been on the show, I know I've lost a couple of inches and I've lost a few pounds. So I just want to thank you for doing that. And you too. Awesome. So tonight we are talking about engaging your mindset for health and wealth. And myself and my co-host tonight, Miss Hillary Gooden, are entertaining a spectacular host or guest, I should say, guest. And I hope one day she'll be one of our co-hosts or our guest co-hosts as well. But tonight we are having the esteemed pleasure to just have this young lady with us. So with no further ado, we are going to take a quick break and come back to you with our co-host or our guest for tonight. Let me see. I say, let's take a break. Let's come back and let's get her from the back in the back. What do you think, Hillary?
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right, we'll be back. Many people are trying to get in front of people on social media and don't know how because they don't know how to live stream. Well, you've come to the right place at the right time. And if you want to get noticed, you need to see Lotus. So reach out to her at www.lotusigniteyou.com. That's www.lotusigniteyou.com so that you can get in front of the people that need your services and your products today. All right, and we are back, Jack, and I got to tell you, Hillary, you want to do the honors of introducing our guest?
All right, we have the Miss Benita Stinson, international speaker and entrepreneur extraordinaire.
Hello.
Yeah, left off one word.
Hello.
How are you today? We are super happy to have you.
I'm fantastic. I am so glad to be on your show. Glad to be here tonight. And Thank you for having me.
All right. We're super duper happy to have you too. And so I'm going to go and check some comments really quickly because we want to say hi. We're always happy to have our viewers from all around the world. So let's go first. Let's see who we have. We have Harris Tay. Hello from the Philippines. Good to see you. Who else do we have, Hillary?
We have Miss Aaliyah. What is that name? Aaliyah Darnell. And hi, ladies from Florida.
All right, fantastic. And Angela Elton is all the way from Washington, D.C. And Aaliyah says, I love the commercials. Well, thank you so much, Aaliyah. We love the commercials too. And Harris said, what do you say, Hillary?
He said, if you want to get noticed, see Lotus. Oh, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. And we've got Ezekiel. Ezekiel is saying hello from Paraguay. Good to see you, Ezekiel. Happy to have you on the show. So with no further ado, we're going to get right into the broadcast because like we said earlier, we got a special show for you tonight. We got a super duper international speaker. She's spoken to crowds of 10,000 people or more. And she is here today to help us explore our topic for tonight, engaging your mindset for health and wealth. And I'm super duper happy to have you. So Hillary, let's get right into it.
Okay, the first question is, how does a person decide to be successful? Ms. Benita.
Yes, I know that when a person wants to be successful, it has to be determined in their mind that they want to change, that they want to do this. It's just like getting up in the morning. If you decide you want to get up, you have to put your feet on the floor, turn around, get up, stand up, and you have to make it happen. And it starts up here, because a lot of people think that, people are going to do something for them. But you have to start doing something for yourself. Don't wait for other people, because if you wait for other people to do stuff for you, it won't happen. You'll be waiting a long, long time. So it just determined that you have to change your mindset and you have to want to change. It's just like if you want something really bad, you're going to go get it. And that's what you have to do. Change that mindset to go get it.
Wow. I love it. I love it because you just put it out there. You're letting us know that, hey, if you want this, this is a choice. This is not something that you just wake up and say, well, maybe I will or maybe I won't. But you make a definitive choice to move into action and make something happen. I really like that. So you know, Benita, I know you've been all over the world. I know you've spoken in front of thousands upon thousands of people. And many people often ask, what does that change involve when a person moves into action and change their mindset? What does that change involve?
That change involves, number one, it's personal. It's something I desired in my heart that I knew I needed to change. And then number two, I have to know that it's possible, that I'm able to change. So I start with my first point. I have to know I can do it and then start positioning myself to do that. And then number three is it's profitable, that if I do this, I am going to be rewarded by this change. So in my lifetime, like I said, being an entrepreneur, I started this with my daughter and it just began to blossom. I had no idea that I would be where I am today, but it took just making that one step, change your mind, and then get up and let's start making it happen.
Wow, I love it. So it's possible. First, it starts in the mind, you said. And basically it's a choice. You've got to know it's possible and you've got to know that it's profitable. So that begs another question that I wanted to ask right before we go into this next question, because we weren't expecting you to say that it's profitable. So when you say it's profitable, can you kind of expound on that? What do you mean when you say that?
If you decide you want to be successful, you should be able to, like say for instance, if we're doing entrepreneur work and we're getting up every day, we're sharing what we're doing, it's going to bring profit to you. Right. And not that we're out there for profit. It's just going to happen because if you're sharing something that you have, that you feel is so amazing, you want to share it with other people. And by you sharing, they're going to want what you have, and then they're going to buy it, and you become profitable by doing that.
Awesome. And you know, I think it was Les Brown or Steve Harvey. They talked about when you do what you love will make way for you, you know, so it will bring the profits to you, especially when you start out doing what you do out of sheer love for what you do. Because after all, when we do what we love, it's really not work, you know, and that's how I felt. It really isn't work. So with that being said, I wanted to kind of kick the mic over to Hillary, because I know Hillary had a question for you as well.
Okay, Miss Benita. To become a successful person, what are some things you have learned? What are some things that you've learned?
Things that I've learned to follow instructions. Yeah, I've learned to listen. Like I said, I have mentors. Right. And I listen to my mentors to tell me what it is I need to do, how I need to do it. And that's how I've learned, by listening. And all my life, you know, I began to look back a couple of days ago, we were talking about, you know, what we've learned by listening to people. You learn by sitting and, you know, when you grow up, you have people are mentoring when you grow up. You're either following or you're either leading at some given time in your life. So as you're listening to these people, you're going to listen, you're going to learn, and you're going to take it into your heart, and you're going to show another person how to be successful and how to do these things. Because see, a lot of people don't listen. You know, they hear it, but yet they don't take it to heart. And so by listening, I've just become where I want to be successful. And I know that I have to listen to someone who's been there. And so that's what I set out to do, is listen.
Awesome. You know, I like that you touched on two key components that I talk about. And Hillary, you and I, we've talked about this before, probably on other broadcasts, but great mentors need great mentors. And so, you know, that's one thing I'm hearing you say. And then I also heard you basically say you must hear and listen, because Hillary, have this ever happened to you? Your mom's calling you, right? Your mom's calling you, and she's calling you by your full name. So you know something's going on. She's calling you by your full name. But you're not coming. You're not making your way to your mom because you hearing, but you're not listening. So, Hillary, I want to ask you, why must we hear and listen? Why is that so significantly important?
Well, it makes me think of in the Bible, it talks about taking heed. You know, that's that second component to hearing. Is you heard it, now you need to take heed in what you heard and to put it into action. You know, because there's a time of, well, they call it Zoe time. That's the God time, the God opportunity. Sometimes when you don't take heed, that opportunity might go away and it might not come back again.
Right.
You know, so you really have to take heed to what you heard. You heard it, you listened carefully, and then you didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's the other part.
So not only did you say take heed, I heard you say take heed, but what I also heard you say is that you have to move in action. You got to move into action on what someone is telling you. So take heed, you got to take heed, and then you got to move into action. So, wow. How many of you out there are liking what we're sharing with you tonight? Take heed and move into action. So I want to kick this question right to you, Hillary, because you brought this up. Take heed and move right into action. How important is it after we take heed? How critical is it for us to really move into action? Because I know sometimes when we don't move into action right away, we get stagnated. So why is that so important?
For that very reason, you know, you can become stagnant. And because you didn't take action, like I was talking about, sometimes there's a window when there's a momentum going. And when you lose that flow, you lose that momentum.
Yes.
You know, it's almost like starting all over again. And then you go back to your mentor and they said, well, you said, well, just tell me what to do. And they said, well, I already told you what to do. Did you do it? Well, this happened and this came up, and then there was the dog got bit, and then there was, you know, all of these excuses. I was giving a few excuses, but you know, something that Ms. Benita said was following instructions. Following instructions when I was on my job, you know, being the CFO and I had my staff. That was something I said so many times. Why? I need you to follow instructions as given. That was like my middle name, and it applies offline, online, wherever you are. You know, especially if you're trying to learn from somebody that's got the answer. They know more than you.
Yes.
And sometimes they know more than you, and they still may ask you questions, not because they don't know the answer. They're trying to see, did you take heed? Were you really listening?
Exactly.
You know, did you take action? Yeah,
exactly.
because taking action will bring all of that, what was said, all that stuff you heard, all the words, when you begin to put it into action, that's when it really makes sense.
Awesome sauce. And you know, I got to tell you folks, one of my favorite books is this book right here, Excuses Be Gone by Dr. Wayne Dyer. Now, I don't get paid to tell you guys this or anything like that, but I'm just letting you know that's one of my favorite books, Excuses Be Gone. And that's one thing that Hillary just was sharing, and Miss Benita was also just was sharing. Get out of your own way. You must hear and listen and take heed to someone who's done it before. And like I always say, if you've done it, it's not bragging. So very quickly, we're going to take a quick break and take a pause for the cause. And we're going to come back. And I see we have a lot of folks making comments and streaming in. And we always want to show that we appreciate you and that we love you. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Here we go. I just love hearing Mr. Kincaid sing that song, y'all. I'm gonna play it again. Can we play that again, Miss Hillary? Can we play that one more time? Can we take one more short break? Can we do that, y'all? Can we do that?
Go ahead.
If y'all love Mr. Kincaid, go ahead and put a 2 in the comment block below. Put a 2 and we gonna let it do what it do. We'll be right back.
Some good days. Yeah, I had some hills to climb. And I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights. But you know what? When I look around and I think things over, oh yeah, you know what I said? All of my good days. Y'all come and go with me. I'll win my bad days. And I won't complain. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I won't complain. Oh no. I won't complain. How many of y'all won't complain tonight? Put your hand together. I won't complain.
All right, I'll be jamming to that song because I won't complain no matter how it looks like, no matter what it is. I won't complain. And I want to give a very special shout out to my mother. Today is her birthday. Happy birthday, Mom, because she is my mentor. She is the best mentor that a person could have. And you got to listen to your mentors to get to where you're trying to go. So I want to thank each and every one of you guys. Of course, everybody indulging us. Thank you so much. So let's look. I see we got a bunch of more folks chiming in. So your Chang Cha put a number 2. An Shaw put a number 2. And Margaret is here with us. Who's that? Who's that? Benita, who's that? Who's Margaret?
That's Miss Margaret. She's on my team. That's my girl.
Yes. And we have Roz Knighton Warfield. Good to see you, Roz. Thank you so much. She said, yeah, we went back. Yes, we had to go back. And she said, bam. So, ladies, you hit it right on the nose. And then she said, execute. So we must execute. We must. And I love this. She called you out, Hillary. She said, Zoe time. So let's go back a bit to Zoe time after we take a couple more comments, because this Zoe time is really important. We want people to understand what this Zoe time is, okay? And bam, we're going to go right there to Burundi, Africa. Good to see you, Dr. Florence. Always happy to have you here. And of course, Roz is joining us from Texas. And who else do we have, Hillary?
Lauren Najin.
All right.
And success has so many exciting faces.
All right. Fantastic. And Lori, let us know where you're coming in from. We always want to know where you're streaming in from. We're super duper happy to have you here. So let's go back. Let's trickle back real quick to that Zoe time, because that's really important. And Hillary, you shared that Zoe time with us. So can you talk to us about what that Zoe time means?
Those are called God opportunities. Those are open window times, open door times. If the Spirit of the Lord moved on you to do something, or he opened a way that it was him, and you need to move, then you really know you need to move immediately. You need to move right away. You don't need to hesitate, question it. If it's from God, then you move right away on that, because that particular opportunity might not come back your way again.
Wow. And you know what? Many of us miss that Zoe time. Many of us miss that Zoe time because we get out of flow. And you talked about flow. One of the two of you both talked about flow earlier, and it came to mind. I was saying to myself, we've got to get in and stay in flow. get in and stay in flow, because when we get in and we stay in flow, it makes all the difference in the world. So let's get in the flow of getting with some more of the questions that we have, so that we can kind of help our viewers. So if you like what you're hearing, folks, and some of you may be just coming in, if you just coming in, we are talking tonight about engaging your mindset for health and wealth. And of course, we have our wonderful co-host tonight, Miss Hillary Gooden. She's an author, she's a speaker, she's the queen of the lymphatic bounce. Okay, and we're gonna bounce with you tonight, and we're gonna show you where you can get your trampoline, because the queen has a link for us to go ahead and get some trampolines that have been tested. All right, and then also we have the phenomenal Miss Benita Stinson. She's with us. She's here all the way from, where you coming from? Cackalack? Where you at?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, girl. Now, I always say Cackalack, but it's California, okay? And she is an international speaker. She's been on huge stages, spoke to at least 10,000 people or more. And most importantly, she's an entrepreneur. She is an affiliate, like myself and Hillary, for Naturally Plus. And I know a lot of times you guys see us, we drink this right here. This is a Zumio water. It's hydrogenized water. And why are we saying this? Because this is what we're talking about, engaging your mindset for your health and wealth. And so it's a thought process. So every morning when we get up, every afternoon, every evening, before we lay down, when we eat our meals, we're doing what, Hillary, with this water? What are we doing?
We're taking a nice drink, a nice refreshing drink, not just refreshing like you drink all your water, but this is refreshing to your cells, to your cellular self.
All right. She said to your cellular self. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I got my sip in before Hillary got, she was going, y'all, but I asked the question. So very quickly, thank you, Hillary. I appreciate it. So real quick, Hillary, I got a question for you. What does mindset have to do with your health and your wealth? And I just tapped on it just a little bit, but can you kind of clarify that for us?
Your mindset, it's everything that we want to do in our life. It doesn't matter if it's about cooking a cake, baking a cake, or starting a business, starting a health routine, eating healthy, or whatever it is. It starts with what we believe and how we think about the thing that we want to do. How our thoughts tell us that that's a good thing for us to do, or we should do that. And you did it last time, you could be successful this time. You did it last time, it didn't work, but why don't you try it again? Or you did it last time, you should never do that again, because that's not going to work for you. Your mind plays a big part in, like Miss Benita said, your success. And that's whether you're trying to be successful in your health or with your wealth. It starts with your mind. And she made a statement, I think I heard her make a statement about intentional thinking. And I always say you have to be mindful of the thoughts you allow your mind to entertain.
Ooh, wait. We're gonna get close up in your face in your business. Can you say that again, please, ma'am?
You have to be mindful and intentional with the thoughts that you allow your mind to entertain.
I love it. So let me ask you this, and we're talking about entertainment, because a lot of times we get entertained from a lot of different places. Okay, we get entertained from a lot of different places, and sometimes in our mindset, when we look at negativity, okay, it affects us on a cellular level. So I know Benita want to ask you this question.
Can your mindset, Hillary, make you sick and broke?
Absolutely, yes.
Absolutely, yes. So if you agree with Hillary, put it number 3 in the comment block below, because Hillary said absolutely yes. Your mindset can make you sick and broke. And of course, we know that it affects us on a cellular level. So the queen of the lymphatic bounce, she said, yes. So can you talk to us a little bit more about how it can make your, how your mindset can make you sick or broke? Can you talk about that?
Well, your thoughts, it's like they have life.
Mm-hmm.
You always hear that your words have power, but so do your thoughts, because your mind believes everything that you tell it. It believes everything that you say. So when we're speaking idle words, they're negative and idle. Sometimes people say they joking around, but your mind don't know
Yes.
you joking. It believes everything you say. So even if you're lying to your mind, telling them that you're successful and you're great, I am amazing. I'm the best at what I do. I am amazing at what I do. I'm the best Hillary that there is. I'm successful. I'm profitable. You know what? I did amazing in my business today. Your mind it believes everything you tell it. And then things will begin to come your way. And so you have to be mindful. It's not enough to do it today, and then we don't do it again the next month. Speaking positive, speaking the things that you do want. Because it's
Yes.
so easy to get on the bandwagon and talk about everything that's going bad, what's not going right. And
Oh,
your mind
wow.
said, well,
Right.
she talks about that a lot, so I guess we'll just keep that coming along.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You
Your
said,
thoughts, Miss Benita.
yeah.
My thoughts. I'm gonna say a quote. It's like I said, few people think more than 2 or 3 times a year. This was Bernard Shaw said this, and some of you guys are too young for Bernard Shaw, but he used to be a show host, and he said that for himself, he made intentional thinking a reputation by thinking once or twice a week. Intentional thinking is what you do when you actually decide to think about a topic, a situation, or whatever seems pressing in your life. And he said, we need to be aware of what we're thinking and willing to challenge our thoughts. Let's say you say, I'm a loser.
Mm-hmm.
And so you begin to think that you're a loser. You're not a
Yes.
loser. So you have to do intentional thinking all the time to make sure you don't get stuck in that rut, like Hillary said.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
I
Wow.
have
Wow.
one more thing to
Yes.
say. You know what? Your brain weighs 3 pounds and your brain is powerful. The brain generates enough electricity to power a light bulb. And then it says it's a workhouse. The brain works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then it's busy. When you think, see, and move, electrical signals race among billions of neurons in your brain. It's amazing. The brain creates thoughts, drives, and emotions, and it stores memory. So your brain, it gets better with use. That's why you have to work that brain. Don't just sit down and just sit in front of the TV and just veg out and not say a word, just like, sit there all the time. Your brain is deteriorating as you sit there and you're not exercising that muscle. Go ahead, Hillary, say something.
That's good. Everything was like, oh, that's good.
That's good stuff. Drop that.
I hope you all are
energy.
getting this.
Yes, I love it.
But I was thinking, just to take the thought further, that I was saying was that your mind believes everything you tell it, and
Yes.
the brain does everything that the mind tells it to do.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So your thoughts and your brain, they are connected, just like your brain and your stomach is connected.
Right.
Your gut. And so, I mean, seriously, you say, I got that gut feeling about something.
Yes. Yes.
I felt it in my gut. And then we don't follow through on it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Exactly.
There you go. You're right.
Yep.
You're right. You're right. So look, it's unequivocal that your brain is the workhouse of everything that we do. And so I just want to share with you folks, if you are loving this, and if you just came on, what we're talking about tonight is engaging your mindset for health and wealth. Engaging your mindset for health and wealth. And I double dog dare you. Like, share, and start a watch party. Like, share, start a watch party, and run and tell somebody that we are talking about this topic tonight. And we're giving you tidbits on how to engage your mindset for health and wealth in your life. Tonight, we are talking about this topic not because it's not important. We're talking about this topic because it's possible. It's possible to do, be, and have anything you want. And it's profitable to work in positivity, because when you work in positivity, it's really all about a choice that you got to make for yourself. Mm-hmm. And like someone said earlier, we know great mentors need great mentors. So the question becomes, who are you following? And if you are a mentor, who are you mentoring? And what are you mentoring them to do? And if you are a mentor yourself, are you doing what Hillary said? Are you taking heed and moving into action on whatever it is that you have been called into creation to do and to become? Whoo-wee! I got to tell you, we're going to come back. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about, is your mindset affected by your circumstance? That's what we're going to come back and talk about. So I double dog dare you, take heed and move into action. Go ahead, like, share, start a watch party, run and tell somebody, start a watch party right now and let somebody know what we're talking about, because without a doubt, you cannot beat what we're talking about. So I'm going to give a pause for the cause, okay? And we'll be right back.
You want to be a celebrity guest on the show and you want to know where to go? Well, go to www.lotusrocheteignitesyou.com. Again, that's www.lotusrocheteignitesyou.com. www.lotusrocheteignitesyou.com to be the celebrity on the show.
All right, fantastic. So later on, we're gonna share with you guys a wonderful new magazine. I want to take a quick pause for the pause and share this right quick, if I may. We're gonna bring this up here right quick. Here you go. So I want to give a special shout out to NGS. It's a wonderful magazine. It's for leadership. The Next Level Leadership by Mr. Saucony Price. I am humbly blessed to be on the front cover of their magazine. So I'm on the latest issue. If you want to know about leadership, if you want to move your business, if you want to move your life to the next level of leadership, here you go. Make sure you grab that issue, and it is on the internet. It is everywhere. So make sure you grab that. So thank you so much. Just wanted to share that. Happy for Mr. Saucony Price. He's always trying to do what's right. So we are back at it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world. We are talking about engaging your mindset for health and wealth. And we said we was coming back with this quick question about, is your mindset affected by your circumstance? So I'm going to pull the question up. Is your mindset affected by your circumstance? And before we answer that, we're going to take a couple of comments and see what you all said. So you all have a few seconds to answer that. And we're going to look at some of the previous comments while you all are getting ready to do that. Okay. And so let's see. Oh, here we go. Mr. Scott Herod. He said, happy birthday, Mary. That's to my mother. Happy birthday, Mom. Thank you so much, Scott. And of course, Dr. Florence, what does she say, Benita? Miss Benita?
She says, wow, interesting.
All right. And what do we have there? What is Miss Roz saying?
Ms. Roz says neurotransmitters.
Neurotransmitters. And what are neurotransmitters?
What, you asking me that question?
Anybody, any other viewers,
Go ahead, Hillary.
Well, those are those little things going on. They little squiggly things in your brain, and they hold memory, you know. But the good thing is that's some of those thoughts that are hard. I kind of getting into my question, the question you had there. They hold memory even from stuff from long ways back that is still affecting you today, you know. And you say, I don't know why it is that every time I see so and so, I just can't stand them. I want to scratch their eyes out or something, you know. Why is I haven't seen that person in 10 years, but I heard their name the other day, and those feelings, because that's that little neurotransmitter in your brain that's still holding the memory, you know. But the good thing is it can be changed. You can, and when you just, like what Miss Benita said, when you decide to change from the old pattern to a new pattern, that new neurotransmitter poofs, it appears in the brain, and it begins to grow. As long as you stick with it and you're persistent and you're consistent and you keep thinking and keep telling your mind and your brain, this is what I want in my life now. This is what I want in my life. This is what I expect now. What happens is that older one will begin to shrink.
Yes.
And the other one will begin to get bigger until this one over the old one goes poof.
Yes. Yes, and I love it. And just for
I'm not a brain surgeon or none of that stuff. That's my way of explaining it as I understand it.
Good explanation.
And that makes it simple. And that makes it simple. It's clear and straight to the point because we are not. And let us just tell you this. And we talked about Izumio, the water, the hydrogenated water we drink. We haven't talked about these products that we take. But let us tell you this, we are not medical doctors, so please consult with your physician prior to taking any supplements or doing any exercise, because we're going to be in the bounce in a few minutes because we're about 15 to the top of the hour. So Hillary, what else we want to tell them?
If you are on medications for chronic or severe diseases or conditions, consult with your physician before taking these or any supplements.
And what else we got, Benita?
It says we do not claim that any products can cure, diagnose, prevent, or heal any ailments.
And so when we tell you something, we're not coming off the top of the dome because we're not medical doctors, but we go right to the source. We go to Webster's Dictionary or something like that. And when we talked about neurotransmitters, she was right on in her explanation, because neurotransmitters are chemical messengers that transmit a message from a nerve cell across the synapse to a target cell. The target can be another nerve cell. So, like she said, let me ask this. What message are you sending? What are you telling your brain to send? Go ahead, Hillary.
Oh, I lost the question. I was just trying to make the statement of, you ever heard somebody say, you get on my nerves?
Yes.
Literally, you get on my nerves.
They say, you were getting on my last nerve. You in trouble when they say you get on your last nerve. So if anyone has ever told you that you are getting on their last nerve, or if you've said it to anyone that they're getting on your last nerve, go ahead and put a 4 in the comment block below. So let's take some questions. And Ross said yes. Treats just teach. I think that's what he said. And then Dr. Flores said, thanks for feeding our soul. Thank you. And then what Miss Darnell say, Miss Benita?
She said, such a good co-host. You are all amazing.
Thank you so much. And Miss Hillary, what Miss Ross say?
She said, sis, get out of my Kool-Aid.
She said, concept for health and wealth. You got it. We got to. Oh, thank you, Roz. And Roz said, #share, tag, share. That's right. Share, tag, share. And we got a comment from Margaret. Bonita, you want to take it? Tell us what she's saying.
She said, so don't rid of space in your brain for negative thoughts. Reset your mindset. for your health and wealth. It's powerful.
Awesome.
Thank you, Margaret.
I love it. And I'm going to ask you to go full and read that again for us.
It says, so don't rent a space in your brain for negative thoughts. Reset your mindset for your health and wealth. It's powerful.
Awesome. And see, we had to get up close in your face. Bonita had to get up close in person. And Dr. Florence said, thanks, #Lotus Senior Guest, for this powerful session. Really amazing. Thank you, Dr. Florence. We appreciate you all the way from Burundi. We so appreciate you. Okay. Oh, Rowena Trim. Miss Rowena Trim is here. We can't wait to see you back on the show. Miss Rowena Trim says, only if you let it. So negative thoughts can only grab you and pull you down only if you let it. And Ross said, spirit, mind, and body has to be in harmony. Wow, that's amazing, because you know, when we're out of harmony, when our chakras are out of alignment, it causes just some terrible chaos within our body. And Miss Rowena Trim says neurotransmitters share electromagnetic images. And that's what Miss Hillary was talking about. Those images come back and play in your mind. And Miss Ross said it also has emotional triggers. Because it's like what you said, Miss Hillary. You see somebody, you be like, oh, I don't like you anymore. I love it. And Miss Ross said, yes, this is good. Sis 101. That's right. And what do we have from Miss Rowena Trim? Miss Hillary, what she say right there?
Okay, she said, this is why videos during early sleep time and early morning, before you get up and out, changing your brain waves can be done.
All right. And I like what Ms. Ross said, point blank, period. It can be done. Period. It's possible. It's possible. And the things that's stressing you, the things that got you down, the things that's bothering you, don't let them get a hold of you. Don't let them control you, because when you start letting things outside of you, I call those outside contributories. When you start letting the outside contributories get a hold of you, you're not yourself then. You're not walking in your flow. You are not in your creative space. You're not in your creative mind. You're not even in your creative energy. So what you have to do is get in flow and stay in flow. And all I want to say, for those of you that's just joining us, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, because we are having a super awesome time. So listen, folks, we are going to take a quick break. If you are just joining us tonight, we are talking about engaging your mindset and your health and your wealth. We're going to take a quick break because we're about 10 minutes to the top of the hour, and we're going to come back with some more bounce power with the queen of the bounce, Miss Hillary Gooden. So I want you all to just enjoy a quick break, and we'll be back in 2 shakes. See you right back in a second. All right. So guess what? We are on our trampoline, if you know what I mean. And for those of you that's just joining us, may have never even seen the show. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're talking about engaging your mindset and your health and your wealth with my wonderful co-host for this evening, Miss Hillary Gooden. She's an author, she's a speaker, she's a lymphatic coach. Okay, to help you get healthy and maintain wealthy. And also, we have with us tonight the remarkable Miss Bonita Stinson. She's an international speaker and entrepreneur, and she's been all over the world. But tonight, she's here with us, helping us get more bounce to the ounce. So, what we're going to do is we're going to let Miss Hillary tell us a couple of quick things about why it's important for us to exercise our lymphatic system and how we can do it on the trampoline, because it's critically important to do it every day. Hillary?
Okay, so bouncing on the mini trampoline is the number one way to work your lymphatic system. That is because your lymphatic system, like your blood system, has the heart to pump the blood. The lymphatic system has lymph fluid that needs to be pumped, but it does not have a pump. You are the pump. And so movement is vital. Movement is essential. But the best movement, the number one movement, is up and down. That gravitational aspect helps the fluid to move because it moves up through the body. It only goes in one direction, and that's up. So at the bottom of the bounce, I said at the bottom of the bounce, that's when the check valves open and it allows the lymph fluid to rush up through those vessels that go into around your cells, wherever you may have trapped cellular waste or fluids, then cause the vessels to go in like a vacuum and vacuum out those excesses that are causing oxygen to be at a low state. So when it vacuums out those excesses, then it allows oxygen to rush in back around those cells so it can have homeostasis, be in the state of homeostasis where all is well, all is well the way God intended.
All right.
Cellular health. We're made up of trillions of cells. You want all your cells to be healthy. Bouncing on the mini trampoline is one way to get it done, because when you're bouncing on the mini trampoline, all your cells are being worked at the same time.
Awesome.
Your bones being worked at the same time. It's great.
So we're going to invite you to come on and get on your trampoline, or go ahead and get into your squat position. Okay. And for those of you that's never joined us before, we want to tell you, make sure you check with your doctor or someone before you get going on this. Why? Because we're not medical doctors, and you need to see your physician before you bounce. But if you have more bounce to the ounce, this is what you want to do. Make sure you bounce regularly. Why? Because it helps the lymphatic system to open up, and for you to start feeling better in your body, feeling better about your life, feeling better about what you're doing to help you be physically fit. So while our queen of the bounce is bouncing, we are not medical doctors. Make sure you contact your medical doctors. And we're not saying this is a medical cure, or we're trying to diagnose, or we're trying to prevent any ailments. But one thing that we do know is what's working for us, and this is working for us. So we challenge you, come on, get up off your couch, get out your seat. It's time to move your feet with the queen of the lymphatic bounce, Miss Hillary Gooden, and with the entrepreneur, the global international speaker, Miss Bonita Stinson. Come on in, because it's time to win. Here we go. Go ahead, do your bounce, girl.
Help to give you more energy, better clarity of mind, help you to sleep better. It helps to reduce inflammation. It helps so many things.
All right.
Helps to have better posture, better balance. Most of all, it helps to work that lymphatic system. It's part of your immune system. And in this, with everything we got going on right now, you want to do something that works, something that's easy, natural, and drug-free.
All right. And so for those of you that don't really want to bounce, it's okay. I double dog dare you just to move from side to side. Why? Because it's getting your hips in motion. Okay. Some of us, we sit for a long time because we've become sedentary. So go ahead and move your hips from left to right. 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 Make it seem like you're out of sight. All right, there we go. Look at Bonita doing it. That's right. That's right. And so as you move your hips from side to side, or if you're jumping on your trampoline, go ahead and make sure you have some water, your Izumio beside you. You know why? Because the hydrogen in the Izumio water will help you rehydrate your cells. So if you sweat a little bit, it's okay, because you're going to have this Izumio to drink as you start to rehydrate your body. All right. So there you go. So, Bonita,
yes,
you've
ma'am.
been using Izumio for a long time. What have you noticed is some of the best things about Izumio after a hard workout?
It takes the lactic acid out your muscles when you know, because I work out and I ride a bike. It helps that pain go away. It helps you stay energized, and it gives you more, like when I'm riding the bike, it gives me more stamina to stay on there longer and take those long rides that I want to go.
All right.
So it's great.
I love it.
It's able to penetrate the blood-brain barrier so we can think straight.
All right. I love it. So check this out. So a lot of you may be able to grab your trampoline like our queen of the bounce, and you may be able to bounce with more bounce to the ounce. And for some of you that don't have a trampoline yet and you want to get a trampoline, we're going to give you a link that you can use. This is an affiliate link. Yes, she is an affiliate, the queen of the bounce. Go ahead and grab your trampoline so that you can help yourself be more healthy. Okay, so grab your trampoline. We're going to put it in the comment block below. Go ahead and get your trampoline so that you will know that you can go and have and just be your very best and never settle for less. So I just want to say to you, thanks so much, Hillary, for stepping up your game, because you really helped us to help people to do their very best. So thank you so much. I appreciated that. And so we're going to put this information right here in the comment. All right. So I'm going to take a quick seat. And I want to thank each and every one of you that joined us in that short exercise. And believe it or not, for that short amount of time, I already have, I'm perspiring a little bit. You can see it on my face because I got on this jacket. So just imagine, folks, even if you're not on a trampoline, guess what? You can do a side-by-side motion. You don't have to worry about hurting your knees. You don't have to worry about twisting too hard. Just side by side, a gentle movement, because a body in motion becomes a more healthier body. So stay in motion no matter what you do. And go ahead, if you want to get your trampoline, there's a link right there. We have checked out these trampolines to see what works best for us. We can't recommend, but many people have called, emailed, text, and say, hey, how can I get a trampoline? And we said, we can't recommend any particular company. We can just tell you what we use. So we wanted to make sure we had something available for each and every one of you. And here it is. You can see it. Thanks, Harris, for putting that there. And Ross said, you glistening. You got that right. I'm glistening. And Ross said, a body in motion is more healthy. And that's so the truth. And she said, jump, confirmation, move your hips from left to right. And see, you don't have to do a whole lot. It's a gentle workout. And Camille said, shake it, shake it. Good to see you, Camille. Welcome to the show. And I love what Angie said. Angela said, how many people are bouncing tonight? So we want to ask you, are you bouncing tonight? If you're not bouncing tonight, well, if you're bouncing tonight, put a 5 in the comment block below. Put a 5 in the comment block below. And if you want to bounce, go ahead and put a 6 in the comment block below. Put a 6 in the comment block below. And hopefully you can bounce with us on our next Monday show. Put a 6 in the comment block below. And I love this. Ross said, awesome show. My mentor, Lotus Richey, thank you so much. And she said, all right, bottom of the bounce. So those of you that don't know what the bottom of the bounce is, Miss Hillary Gunn, she's going to talk to you quickly about that. And we got shake it up. Lymphatic not done right becomes the Dead Sea. That's correct. Because you got to move that fluid around. If you don't move that fluid around, it's not going to be good for you. So Margaret said, thank you, Lotus, Hillary, and Bonita, for feeding our minds. Well, thank you so much for wanting to be fed. All right, fantastic. So we thank you, Dr. Florence. So get your trampoline, and the reason why you want to get your trampoline is so that you can stay in motion. And Hillary, could you tell us a little bit about folks that some folks feel like they might be a little overweight, or that they're having problems and they can't bounce up and down on the trampoline. How could they do? Could they just sit on the trampoline? How could they get their bounce in?
Well, bouncing is not jumping. When it comes to the trampoline, you don't have to jump off of it. Your feet do not have to leave the mat. And they have what you call stabilizer bars that you can get with your trampoline. So you have a little something to hold on to if you're feeling a little insecure and thinking that you might fall off. Your bar is there to help you to be able to stay on without falling off of it. And so bouncing is something anybody can do. You can sit on the mat and bounce. You can, I know of a gentleman that was helping his wife because she was having really issues. They thought maybe she was dealing with Alzheimer's or something. They wasn't sure what it was, but she wasn't speaking. She wasn't cooking. She just was listless. And the daughter told him, so the wife would sit on the mat, and the husband would get behind her and he would bounce, standing up on the trampoline. And after a couple of days, she was back her old self, and she was standing on it, bouncing for her own self. And so it works. It's not something that can hurt you. It can only help you.
Awesome. So if you just came, please like, share, and start a watch party, and run and tell somebody that tonight we have had an awesome show engaging your mindset for health and wealth. Again, tonight we talked about engaging your mindset for health and wealth with my wonderful co-host for the evening, Miss Hillary Gooden. She's the author, the speaker, the lymphatic coach herself, and queen of the bounce, as we affectionately call her here. And of course, the remarkable Miss Bonita Stinson. She's an international speaker and entrepreneur with so much more. So we are readying ourselves for some final remarks of the evening. We're going to take a quick break and give you a soul shake and stir, and then we're going to come back and give you some final words of wisdom for this evening.
I've had some good days. Yeah, I had some hills But you know what? When I look around and I think things over, oh yeah, you know what I said? All of my good days. Y'all come and go with me.
What are you thankful for? Remember to engage your mindset for health and wealth.
I won't complain. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I won't complain. Oh no, 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 no. I won't complain. How many of y'all won't complain tonight? Put your hand together. I won't complain. Sometimes the clouds hang low.
All right, so we are back. Hillary, thank you so much. As always, you are a phenomenal co-host whenever you're on co-hosting with me. I so appreciate you. So, Miss Benita, you were our guest tonight, so we're going to give you the first final words of wisdom.
My final words of wisdom are: changing your mindset can change your circumstances because your mind is powerful. It has the power to bring life or bring destruction. So because everything starts with a thought. So how you think determines how you live. So remember that on a daily basis, your thoughts will either kill you or cure you. So think right. That's my passing thoughts. Thank you.
Oh, wow. I love that. You said that. Changing your mindset can change your circumstance. I love that. So think right. I love that. So thank you so much, Miss Benita. We look to have you back on the show real soon to do what you do. We're always so grateful and happy to have you. So, Miss Hillary, what are your final words of wisdom for this broadcast?
My final thoughts are challenge yourself. Challenge yourself to speak the things that you do want. Listen to the words coming out of your own mouth. And if they're not the words listen, your words, this is what I always say, your words, they go into your future and they wait on you to arrive. What's waiting on you? That is all.
Wow. Wow. What's waiting on you? What's waiting on you? I super duper love that you said that. And my final words of wisdom tonight, folks, is this. Don't allow your words to bury you in what ifs. Because many of us take our, what if I write this book? What if I write this song? What if I do this? And like Les Brown shared on many of his conversations on stage, he said, the graveyard is one of the wealthiest places on earth because so many people went to the grave with books in them, with songs in them, with things that could change the world for the better, but they chose not to do so. So don't let your what ifs become something that bury you. And I want to send a special shout out to Rosemary Sanchez and thank her, as well as Lynn Harrod Diverges. As many of you know, we have written a book together and it is phenomenal. Transcending in the middle of crisis. Transcending in the middle of crisis. And I have it here. It actually came out in Spanish several months ago, but now we are about to have the launch party right here in English. So I want to just thank each and every one of you. You can get this book on Amazon and we'll put the link in the comment block below after the show. So thank you so much for everyone, all 12 authors that's in this book. I want to thank you. And we appreciate you, and we appreciate all the work you do across the planet to help change the frequency. So I got to tell you, Miss Hillary Gooden, you are always giving more bounce to the ounce. So with that being said, we'll see all of you again this coming Friday with more news you can use. Until we see you again, please be blessed. Know that we care about you, we love you, and we appreciate you. And we will see you here at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday, this coming Friday, with more news you can use. And again, a very happy birthday to my mother, the best mom on the planet. Not to say nothing against the rest of y'all, but the best mom on my planet. Mwah. I love you. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Do you need video editing, graphic design to blow your mind? Well, you've come to the right place at the right time for social media management, as well as web design. Check us out at Lotus Richey Ignites.